guys, in this short video I'm going to explain you why it's so important to think about the layout of a room when you are decorating, when you are designing. In this example, you have a living room and the kitchen attached in the same area. It is important to have space around the table. It is important to have space around the sofa. Imagine, for example, that someone is sitting on the sofa and you don't want to disturb them because that's rude. You have space behind the sofa to reach out to the window and to check out that hot neighbor that you want to check out, for example. Let me give you now the example number 2. Now, in this case, some people like to push the sofa to the wall. Again, you have space to move around the table, but you don't have space to move around the sofa. Sometimes you don't need that. But again, like I mentioned before, if you want to check out the window, if you want to go to the window for some reason and someone is sitting on the floor, that's rude and that disturbs the flow of the space. So this one, it's a no-no. This is another option. For example, you can put the sofa against the wall and you can have here the TV. Instead of mounted on the wall, you can have it on a TV media. That's a possibility. You still have space around the table to move around. The flow is not that, the traffic is not that easy to flow, but still is an option, especially when you have a small space. You can reach the window. It's not that easy, but it's doable, and you're not going to disturb someone that is, for example, watching television. You have to do some gymnastic, but I know it will depend on the space. Sometimes it's not easy to achieve what you want, but you have to do the best that you can. Another thing, I don't like to have the TV like without the wall behind, because accident happens and it's easy to knock down the television like this. That's the reason why I prefer most of the time to have that wall behind the television. At least a wall. I'm going to show you in the next example. Like this, with the wall. You can edit a wall if you are renting a place, or if it's your own place. If it is your own place, it's easier for you to do. If you are renting a place, there are options that you can create this type of wall without disturbing any layout or any structure of the space, because it's a rental. But this is a good option. Again, don't like that you don't have that easy access to the window, but still, instead of having just the TV on the TV media, you have it on the wall, and that will be easier to function, and you are going to avoid a lot of accidents that can happen. I'm a little bit paranoid, probably, but I prefer to avoid stuff. Now let's go to the next example. In this last example, I built a layout a little bit different. I prefer the first one. My favorite one is the first one, but this is an option too. You have that wall that instead of having like here, you can have here dividing the living room and the kitchen. That's a way to divide different spaces if you don't want them to be so open to each other. This is a way to do it. It's a simple way. Again, if you're renting, you have options to do that. And here you have more access to the window, but it will disturb the person that is sitting on the sofa. You see, those little points, those little things, you have to have them in consideration when you are designing layout. You have to think about that. If you will disturb the person that is sitting on the sofa, will you have a good amount of traffic flow around the space that you are decorating, around the coffee table, around the sofa? Here you have will you have access easy to the window? Those tiny details make the whole difference when you are designing and when you are creating layouts like this. If you want to see more layouts like this, if you want me to analyze any layout like this, just send me and I will be glad to bring them here and to explain ways to change your layouts and to make a great layout for your spaces. See you in the next video. Bye, people!